that was the issue we had way back in Farm Sim 17 on Lawfolds. We had a Class Act CN930 and a 6-meter seeder, and the tractor couldn't cope with that. We had to seed alternate rows across the field and alternate rows back. Obviously, coming in the middle of this field, we should have thought about that. But either the John Deere has a better turn radius than the Class, or yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I might do the rest of this field alternate rows just because it's a little bit easier. I do like this tractor. This has served us very well, and it was a complete surprise purchase. Basically, yeah, we had, at the time, we had a Deutz Series 7 was our main tractor, and then the Massey Ferguson was purchased as a front loader tractor, 125 horsepower front loader, full front loader kit, and wheel weights and all the stuff. No 3-point front linkage, but it's sufficient for pottering around the farm. And this thing appeared, and it was sort of, if I buy this, it will give us the ability to expand the farm at a later time, or get bigger equipment, basically. And so first, and it was a good year before we bought a bigger mower kit that this could adequately run. But this is the only tractor we have that could run the big giant mower kit. And then going forward from there, we've got the manure spreader, we got a bigger grain cart, which came up on sales, so again, rather handy. And all in all, we've done fairly well with our used purchases. So auto seed rate, that's good. Tractors at 87%, so we'll have to figure that out at some point. And there we go. And this is just gonna get me. Oh. So this puts me right up against the edge of the field. I don't think, ordinarily, if I'm doing alternate rows, I can't do that right-hand row now. So we'll skip 3 to the left, do that one, and then line back up on the edge to do the rest of them. And the reason you do this is to keep the turn fairly gentle, so you're not straining anything as you make the turn. I should probably lift the seed heads up while I'm turning, but Farm Sim doesn't care about that, so we'll just do all this. And actually, sorghum, not a bad crop to plant, all told. I think we've lost a couple of trees from this woodland up here. Forward a little more and engage. So there's a little bit on the corner we need to go back for. I'll probably end up doing top and bottom rows anyway, just to fill in the bits that all got missed on the turns. So this is should end up as a good crop to plant. It's not going to produce hay for us, which, well, it is what it is. But next year we'll be able to plant other things in the fall, so we'll get some winter crops in the ground rather than spring crops. Been a long time since I used the Vader stat. I'll give it that. Of course, this thing has wheel weights. I think most of my tractors, all except the Fendt, have wheel weights. The Massey, because it's a loader, and sometimes you kind of need the wheel weights to counterbalance what you've got sat on the front. And this thing, because it's, you know, you're hauling stuff like the manure truck and everything else, it just kind of makes sense. Where did those rocks come from? Why have I got rocks on the field? Ugh. I thought we'd pick them all up. Now we did with the other field that we're going to after this one, we did actually have a problem with bugged out rocks that wouldn't disappear. So that may be what these are. Okay, slam the brakes on. Oops. Okay, this will at least deal with the bottom rows, although we do have some gaps in the planting. It's really just a case of I want to get it all covered, not necessarily do it as accurately as I should be doing it. Missed another bit there. Of course, we are very sparse on the seed at this point because we're only planting small patches of ground that we didn't hit yet. Turn that up there, we'll get that piece. Lift it, turn around and get that bit there. Okay. So again, I think I'll probably do the edge of this field and then repeat the 2 rows across the top. And then fill in the middle. Don't think you're supposed to do it that way, but we will do it there. Oh, this is a pain in the butt hedge, which we might be stuck on. Nope, we're good. So, big deal here. I am probably going to replace this hedge, just because it's one of those ones with the stumps in it, and just workers get real problematic when they because they look at it and there's sort of, okay, there's big gaps of nothing that they think no obstacle, and then the posts, and they just end up wrapping whatever they're towing up around the posts. So just we'll just do it like the hedges on the other side, and I'll either replace them with hedges or with fences, depending on how much tree cover there is. I don't think there is any along that. Yeah, we'll probably just go hedges. Because these hedges are in-game decorations, and the workers don't have any problems with that. So, slight bit there missed. Got all of that. Got all of that. And get all of these bits. That should even out. Okay. Let's turn the cruise control on. Let's go look at the planting map. See how we're doing here. So that looks fairly even coverage. That's good. We've got a small strip over there. And a small strip at the end here. Ugh, just missing bits everywhere. So we'll get that bit done. Oh, how bad was that turn? That turn was, yeah, maybe bad. We are coming up to midday. So this is April 1. As I said, we've got to mow our grass field way over there. And we only have one tractor we can do it with, so we'll do that. Trying to think when to break. And what to do during the break. So I'm kind of thinking that I'll plant the 2 fields we've got. We'll drive over to the other field that needs to be planted and get that one done, or get that one started. But I think I'll leave the grass cutting until next week, which will be sort of later on April 1. Then we'll shift over to April 2 and see what contracts we can get done. And I might look at doing seeding contracts with this tractor, spraying contracts with the Fendt, and what other contracts were there? There was another one that we... Take a look. Oh, that wasn't the greatest contract there. So there was spraying, there was weeding. I don't have a weeder. fertilising or spraying. Yeah, until I start getting money in from contracts, we're not going to be able to buy much in the way of equipment. And I do need to roll this field before the end of April. So before the end of April 3, that might be okay. I mean, we're going to get 40,000 from our perishable sales. So maybe it's not a bad thing. Yeah, I can just... We'll wait till April 3. We'll get the perishables sold. That'll give us 40,000 money, which should be enough to find... to purchase a roller. Especially if we do some contracts on April 2. Can't remember how much these things are only 20,000. So I could get those and hitch the Massey onto them and do some contracts and just do a lot of worker contracts. And there's a misbit there. Ugh. But yeah, we'll do... I could be planting and weeding and spraying with our 3 tractors with workers in all of them and just jump between them as I need to transfer between fields. That may be the bestest of things. Okay, that bit's done. I'm judging with my turn ability here, I am probably best to do three rows, top and bottom of each field. Gives me enough room to turn the tractor around on alternate rows and get the seeder or the planter lined up. Okay. But we really didn't use a lot of seed here. Which is good. I like that result. Oh, come on, lift up. Thank you. And I do have loaded on my browser a everything you wanted to know about courseplay video, which I've actually had queued up for about 2 weeks now. But maybe I should take time to watch that and maybe get this courseplay thing figured out. Okay, last piece there, and come about, and last piece there. Poop. Okay, fold that up, and let's get off the field and see what it looks like. Get a voucher A for that one. I'm not interested at the moment. Let me go here. So this field looks fine. It's all green. And it needs rolled. Okay then. Strikes me as a good thing. The second field we have to plant is think that one. Yeah, that has nothing going on in it. So, let's head across the world. So as for crop expansion, at the moment we really need stuff that turns into flour. Like 450,000 litres of flour per year to support our bakery. After that, we could look at branching out into some other crops. For the most part, we're still looking at barley as a food source for the cows, as whole crop silage. And jump out. And then seeing what else. Oh, it's way down there. Okay. And the field immediately to our right is definitely another candidate for purchase. Buying that one will give us a continuous stretch of things, planty things, fields with plants in that we can harvest. Okay, let's get that unfolded again. Lower that, turn it on, and I'm going to do 3 strips here. Should do them last, but yeah, okay, whatever. Then we'll do a strip along the bottom, we'll do 3 strips on the other side, and then I can just GPS the rest of it. And that is a lot of dust. Or I could just run round the field a few times. I don't know. Should we try that? Run around the field a few times. Go. What I usually do is go round once and then do the rows at the end. Twice. And then do the bit in the middle. That's harvesting though. This is seeding. You should do the bits in the middle and then do the ends later. Still. Looks like I didn't put manure over the field completely because there's a patch of lime in the middle. Now, not to worry. I mean, the way we're doing our fertilizer, the manure that's spread on this field is a sort of a pre-planting application, which boosts the nitrogen from 0 up to a reasonable level. And then later on, we come, once we've planted and we have growth and all of our special equipment can detect how much nitrogen each plant needs, we come back with a sprayer and just spray the precise application at that stage. So it doesn't matter if I missed bits with the manure, because we're gonna come back and do them very, very precisely. It's really just done so that we can reduce the amount of money we're spending on liquid and solid fertilizer if we have to. Anyway, we will get this down to the bottom, hang a U-turn and head straight back up again. Or crash into a hedge. This is another hedge with sticks in. So, in fact, this field is surrounded by hedges I want to replace at some point. So, might do that off camera for before next week. And it's it's me going around with the chainsaw chopping the hedge down and then adding an in-game hedge by cheating the money in to replace it. And I'm doing it so that the workers actually work properly, because they really don't like these hedges. Okay. So that said, has still got a lot of diesel. We still don't need to do any servicing. Lift that up. So again, what I'm doing here, oh, I didn't lift it up. Well, that happens sometimes. This thing is definitely chucking up a lot of dust. I think I've got the dust turned up quite heavily, but still. It's going to be cloudy this afternoon. Well, I guess that's a thing. Okay, hang it right around there and straight back up the hill. And I still haven't seen any rain outside. I'm going to have to get an updated weather report, because I don't want to be outside with power tools trying to cut pieces of wood in the rain. One, it's not particularly comfortable, and two, it's power tools in the rain. Okay, that is good. Lift the thing up. And 180. Oh, that's going to be interesting, because I'm selecting this as row 1. Actually, you know what would be a good idea is to lower the cedar when you actually hit the row.